Listen. What you got? Is it not the same? This thing?
It's the same. A lot of the thing. Okay, who are Kwara platform now? The thing like want to send it personally. You can't come on. Yeah, another one.
You need not send it.
Then,
It's just. What to change it?
It's 0648. 0648.
Okay.
50, 24, 28. 50, 24.
What's the question? What's the question?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Dr. Bello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Dr. Oliver.
Hello.
Welcome. Good
Hello,
morning.
sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Morning. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Apollo.
Good afternoon, everyone.
We can hear you. Welcome, sir. Yeah.
So when are we starting, sir? When are we starting, sir?
Oh, we start soon. I think our chairman has joined.
Hello.
We are actually waiting for Professor Odinola, our head at locally join. But we start soon. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello? Hello? Yes, sir. Hello? Good afternoon, sir. Hello? Hello, hello?
We
Hello,
can
good
hear you,
afternoon.
sir.
No, we can hear you,
Sir,
sir.
we
Good
can hear
afternoon.
you.
It's okay.
We
You
can
can
hear
hear
you.
me?
You're live.
All right. Well done. Dr. Ngozi, I think we can start.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, honorable colleagues. I want to welcome us all to today's webinar to mark our 2022 World Pharmacists Day. Before I go any further, I would like to call on Dr. Faremi to give us the opening prayer. Dr. Faremi,
Kindly unmute yourself.
you can unmute yourself, Dr. Faremi.
Okay, fine. Can we pray now?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. Let us pray. Almighty Father, we thank you for the privilege we have received once again. Today being the 26th day in the month of September, in the course of the World Pharmacist Day celebration, year 2022. We thank you how far you have helped us in all the programs either to. We thank you for this webinar that we're about to start now. We thank you, Lord, for our lead organizers. We thank you for our presenters and co-presenters as speakers in all the sessions. Almighty Father, we pray that the very educating and it shall be a blessing to us as pharmacists and as many that will join us for this webinar. It shall be impactful, and through this seminar, pharmacists will go in an era. In Jesus' name I have prayed.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Next on our agenda today, thank you so much, Dr. Faremi. Moving on to the next thing on our agenda today, we are going to take pharmacy anthem. Over to you, Dr. Bello.
We are proud of pharmacy. We members
Okay, thank you so much. That was the pharmacy anthem. Before I go any further in the agenda for today, I would like to recognize the presence of everyone here. We are all dignitaries. I would like to welcome to this webinar directors of pharmaceutical services, um, the director of pharmaceutical services, UITH. I would like to welcome our chairman, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Juwon Otelaja. I would like to welcome the heads of departments here present. I would like us to know that we are all honorable members of this profession and we are happy to have you here. To all our distinguished colleagues from different spheres of pharmacy, welcome to this year's webinar, this year's 2022 World Pharmacist Day. Moving along, I would like to call on our chairman, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Kwara State, the person of Pharmacist Juwon Otelaja, to give us his speech. So you can unmute yourself.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Distinguished
sir.
colleagues, fellows of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, chairman, past chairman, PSN, chairman, technical and interest groups, directors of pharmacy, Ministry of Health and Teaching Hospital, distinguished colleagues. I want to once again wish us a happy World Pharmacist Day. And I want to congratulate each and every one of us for holding the fort, for bearing the torch, and being good ambassadors of this profession in our chosen fields of endeavor. Pharmacy is, we usually call ourselves jack of all trades and masters of all, because we know what it took us to get this BPharm. And you can see that BPharm 2 is almost, I don't want to use that word obsolete. The profession is evolving and there is new trainings that is ongoing every day at a frenetic pace. And that is one of the reasons why part of our core vision is to keep our colleagues well positioned to take up opportunities. I'm so proud of you all. You are all distinguishing yourselves. We are distinguishing ourselves in different areas, even from those in the industry, marketing, research, compounding, and all that. In hospital pharmacy, I hope you're all doing very well. There are different units now, gynecology pharmacists, oncology pharmacists, and what have you. Is it community? Our guys are taking the lead as vaccination consultants, malaria consultants, HIV consultants. The world is waiting for us to show them the stuff we are made up of. And they say success is when opportunity meets preparedness. I've always said that pharmacy law has been approved. A lot of things are still going to be approved. The question is, are you ready for the next phase? Are you ready for the next move that is going to happen in this profession? So I always want to use this opportunity to remind us, to remind my colleagues, we must take the bull by the horn and do not get tired in learning. Learning is an ongoing process. It's a continuous process. You must never be tired, because in 5 years, what you have learned may not be as relevant again. You know, robotics, a lot of things are happening. Artificial intelligence, new stuffs are coming up every day. And that is why we always encourage our colleagues, attend conferences, attend webinars, attend trainings and all that. Beyond that, the theme is Pharmacy United in Action for a Better World. There is no better way to talk about collaboration And I'm very, very happy each technical and interest group in the profession of pharmacy is going to say one thing today. We need to continue to work together. At least you all know that clinical pharmacy is not practiced only in the hospitals. It's also practiced in the community, and there's a whole lot of things that is going to be working on. I was very, very happy when AHAP and ACPN decided, to work together with the pharmacovigilance units, to organize radio programs and all that. So as a society, we are going to continue to support collaboration in different fields to ensure that we harness the best of the best to give our society, our communities, the much needed impact. As a society, I want to continue to preach unity in diversity. We all disagree to agree. We may never always be on the same page, but I want to plead with you to we are greater together. United we all stand and divided we fall. Let us continue to work together. This World Pharmacist Day has been, a success story to show you good things can happen when we all get to work together. I want to commend Dr. Saad, Dr. Bello, every one of you for working together to ensure that you have put all this together. And of course, we'll be having a whole lot of other things. Pharmacy Week is coming. I want to bring you on board. Let's work together to deliver to our people and make impact in our community. I want to wish you all a happy World Pharmacist Day. And I look forward to all the scintillating presentations we're going to have today. Thank you so very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, sir. We are really happy to have you here in our midst. We are grateful that you found time to join us today on our webinar. And may God Almighty bless you. Moving along, I want to use this opportunity to recognize fellows of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria here present, and also welcome our next speaker for today, Professor Philip Oluwinola, the chairman of the Board of Fellows, to speak to us today. Prof, sir, are you here? You can unmute yourself, sir.
Dr. Gosi, Prof is here to join.
Yes, sir. Can hear you.
Yes, Iju will join in. Maybe we ask coach to go and meet him at home to help him out with the issue. But there's nobody to help him out. That issue with joining the Zoom. Maybe a kind of a technical issue. So maybe later when he joins.
We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. So.
Hello, I'm already here.
Already on the.
Oh,
okay.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
So I can now unmute, sir. Yeah, unmute, sir. Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay.
I can speak.
Yes, sir.
You hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Yes, we give thanks to God for today. He has made it, He has spared our lives to enable us to see the 2022 World Pharmacist Day. Congratulations. I also want to congratulate ourselves for the newly passed Pharmacist Act, which was done a few weeks back. And I was in touch with the trust registrar this morning, who told me that the gazetting is already in process, and that when it is through, should be available to pharmacists. I think every registered pharmacist should have a copy of the new Pharmacist Act, because it is like a practice handbook for pharmacists. Through it, we know our privileges, our limitations legally. We thank God for today, the World Pharmacist Day. And I want to appreciate the presence of all of you who are gathered online with this webinar. Pharmacy has come a long way from by way of status and training. I belong to the old brigade of pharmacists, having graduated the diploma, of course, 56 years ago. So I've seen quite a bit by way of the development of pharmacy in Nigeria, struggling first of all with the qualifications, registrable qualifications for pharmacy practice in Nigeria from the days of dispensers to selling dispensers to diploma day, diploma certificate, and university degree certificate. Also, we have gone a long way with by way of status in service. We started with medical technicians, health technicians, to, well, high-level technical health officers until we became professional, recognizable professionals in health service. We thank God for all that we have gone through, and it's important that we appreciate what we have and where we are now. I want to remind us that we are no longer just technicians or traders. We must see ourselves as professionals, professional scientists, high caliber professional scientists. And we must see ourselves as such. So, in hospitals, we should, since we are professionals, we should see ourselves as such, dress and act as such. In the hospital, we must be able to prove through our knowledge and our practice that we are who we are. That means we cannot afford to appear shabby, shabbily dressed, and cannot afford to act or speak anyhow. A few years ago, one of my sons escorted me to a pharmacy, a premises in Lagos, and was disappointed with the show for the pharmacist on duty. Despite my introducing myself to him as a pharmacist, his response and all that was certainly not anything that we expected. So he told me that after all the years of training, is this how your people, is this their level? I said no, thinking that it is a misrepresentation. There is much more than that, by way of training and preparation. So it is important how we show ourselves to our clients, our patients, or others who call at our premises or in hospital where we are, wherever else we practice. Not only that, I want to suggest, more than suggest, we must provide suitable places in our premises, especially where the community pharmacy practice, we must find a suitable place within the premises where we can speak comfortably, where there's a need for us to go to a respectable place where the pharmacy sits in the premises, where you can be consulted, rather in private, not in the public shop, where in the place of everybody. It should be seeable in confidence by patients and callers in the premises. Also, I want to strongly advise us that we keep ourselves with knowledge. It is important that all of us have up-to-date reference books, especially with the simple DNA. I thank God for Brother Abu Said, who in 2020 or 2021 sent us through the Pharmacist platform a recent copy of DNA. That is edition number 81, I think, which covered January to March 2021. And I found that useful. I copied it, downloaded it. I even sent it to my daughter, pharmacy lecturer in UI. That is valuable. That was sent to our Kwara platform, WhatsApp platform, and everybody should take advantage of that. At least we should have a reference. We should be able to tell patients who want to know the difference between the plain, for example, plain diclofenac tablet and the combined formula, that is diclofenac plus other elements. Be able to explain to people, those who call us the difference between that and the advantage that each formulation has over the other. So we must prove ourselves knowledgeable. And the more we do that, the more respected we are, and the more confidence can be imposed in us by our other professional colleagues, the medics and others, who would like to hear from us. We are drug experts. I must be able to prove to those near us, those around us, that we are truly drug experts. I don't have much to add, more than to congratulate us for today, which is the World Pharmacist Day. Thank you. I wish you well. Hello? Hello?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Did
Hello?
you hear me? Yes. Are you able to hear me?
We would like more volume, sir, from your end.
I think it's done.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the word of advice. Thank you for your speech towards us and how we can further develop ourselves as pharmacists. Going to the next agenda, I would like to recognize the presenters. Today being our commemoration of the World Pharmacist Day 2022, we have different speakers from different spheres of pharmacy speaking to us today. We have speakers from different technical groups. We have speakers, I'm going to be recognizing them, and then we'll go into the presentation proper. Okay. So we have Nigerian Association of Pharmacists in Academia, and we have their representative, Dr. Bilikis Owokunle Lawal. And then we have the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, the Kwara Kogi Zone. And we have their representative here as Folashade Ogundele. And then we have Association of Hospital and Administrative Pharmacists of Nigeria. And their representative is here with us today, the person of Pharmacist Yunus. Ahmed Tijan. And we have also presenting today the Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, and we have their representative pharmacist, Nurudin Akinola. And for Association of Lady Pharmacists, our interest groups, we have their representatives here with us today, Fan Dr. Mary Olufumilayo Ologe. And then for the Young Pharmacist group, we have pharmacist Abdul Salam Ayodeji Oyerinde with us. For Ministry of Health, we have pharmacist Ahmed Aminat representing the Ministry of Health. And for Nafdac, we have pharmacist Mrs. Miriam Ojuolope Isa Onilu, representing us today, representing Nafdac, I mean. And for NAHIP, that's our Association of Pharmacists in the Industry, National Association of Industrial Pharmacists, we have pharmacist Isaac Salami representing us, representing NAHIP. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I will introduce myself. I am the moderator for today, and I am Fan Dr. Usifu Ngozi, a clinical pharmacist at the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. Thank you for joining us all. Now we're going to the presentation proper. Allow me to bring to the floor the first presenter for today. From NAPA, the person is from NAPA. So please unmute yourself, pharmacist Dr. Belkis Owokunle Lawal. Are you here?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. So can I share my slides?
Please continue. You can. Yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
Just as a way of information, for each of our presenters, you have 5 minutes to give us your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to do the slideshow. Okay. Can you see my slides? Can you see my slides, please?
It's yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Can you go to slideshow, please? Click on slideshow to make it bigger.
I think it's already on slideshow.
Not yet.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me see.
It's an academic pharmacy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh. I thought I did that already. Let me minimize this and check.
Let's continue, please.
I think I should. Yes,
No.
yes.
Clinical development goals and academic pharmacy, yeah.
But can we see the slides? I think.
Yes, maybe you can continue if you can.
Yes.
We can see your slides.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I can't see. Wait. I'm coming. I think I minimized it and I'm looking for it now.
Or you press Shift and F4, and you go to the slideshow. Press Shift and F4 to go to slideshow automatically.
Okay.
Shift plus F4.
Okay, it said my screen is paused. I don't know what is happening here.
Or maybe you continue that way. But
I'm trying. I can't. Wait, you can see the slides, but I can't. I think it's hanging. My system
we can see the slide. I think he's just saying we should put it in slideshow. This is okay.
Yes, we can see the slide.
Okay, but my system is hanging right here. So you can see the slides, but I can't move the slides. I don't know if you get what I mean. Okay, wait, let me see. Okay. I think it's working now. Okay. So I think we're on the same page now. Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Bilkis Lawal, and I'm a pharmacist in academia. So the title of my presentation is Sustainable Development Goals and Academic Pharmacy. So this presentation will be following this outline. So as a form of introduction, academic pharmacists actually have two areas of practice in focus, which is as health providers as well as educators. Therefore, we are pharmacists by training and we are teachers by calling. Now, this role, as this has given us dual role as academic pharmacists, but for the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to be focusing on our role as educators. There is no better way of showcasing our role as educators other than focusing on the sustainable development goal, which is quality education. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so historically, education has a long history as an international priority, and the right to education was first enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. Now, sustainable development goals, what are they? They are blueprint to achieve a better or more sustainable future for all, and they address the global challenges we face, such as poverty, education, environmental degradation, peace and justice. Therefore, it needs to be reaffirmed that the need to improve education ensures high standard of living for individuals. Thus, obtaining a quality education is the foundation to improving people's lives and sustainable development. So this slide is showing us all the 17 goals of SDG, and we are focusing on goal 4, which is quality education. Now, education has two critical roles to play in supporting the implementation of sustainable development goals. Number one, it is a standalone goal, which is a primary driver of human development. Then number two, it is also a highly effective means of implementing the other goals through raising awareness, through raising awareness, increasing knowledge, and developing capacities. Now, I would like to talk about the 7th sub-theme of the Sustainable Development Goals, which says that by 2030, all learners must acquire knowledge and skills needed to promote this sustainable development through education. So it means through education such that they will have sustainable lifestyles, acquire human rights and gender equality. So now focusing on Sustainable Development Goal 4, education is the key that will allow many SDGs to be achieved, like I said earlier. And And when people get quality education, they can break through poverty. I'm just trying to explain what the other slides are saying, and also empower people to have worthy lifestyles. So also education has impact on health, because poor health can put educational attainment at risk. Now I want to discuss our role as pharmacists in academia. The first role of pharmacists in academia is teaching and research. Pharmacists in academia, they educate, they train, they assess, and they also develop pharmacy students and also organize trainings for pharmacists and healthcare professionals. We also apply our knowledge and expertise to teach the next generation, and we work alongside other educational teams to reflect changes in education and practice. Sorry. Okay, those are the roles as in teaching and research. Other roles that we carry out is in reflectivity and diversity. We also carry out mentorship of our students. We create innovative thinking and manage challenges, and as well as handle leadership and interpersonal relationships. So in conclusion, pharmacists as educators are enable every human being to acquire the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values necessary to shape sustainable future. We deliver competent and caring health professionals, thereby contributing to the achievements of Sustainable Development Goal 3, which is health, and 4, which is education. Education is an important tool to support the achievement of each Sustainable Development Goal. That is why we are asking our government to place education as a priority in both policy and practice. These are my references. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Dr. Belikis Lawal. Thank you for enlightening us more on the role of pharmacists in academia and how they help the achievement of sustainable development goals. Moving swiftly. Yes, Dr. Bello? Moving swiftly, I would like to invite our next speaker for today from the Association of Hospital and Administrative Pharmacists of Nigeria, Kwara State, Pharmacist Yunus Ahmed Tijani. Please, you can unmute yourself. Pharmacist Yunus.
Okay.
Pharmacist Yunus, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So, all right, thank you. So the chairman, Pharmaceutical of Nigeria and Kwara State branch, the chairman board of fellows of the Pharmaceutical of Nigeria and Kwara State branch, all other protocols duly observed. So in order not to waste much of our time, I would like to go straight to the theme of the year, which is Pharmacists, United in Action for Area Award, the AHAP inclusiveness. And by way of introduction, pharmacists are healthcare professionals who specialize in research, testing, production, compounding, distribution, correct use, storage, and preservation and disposal of medicine. And more especially in cases of pharmaceutical care, which has been described as
Thank you.
Hello, Fam Yunus, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. So, by way of introduction, pharmacists are healthcare professionals who specialize in research, testing, production, compounding, distribution, correct use, storage, preservation, and disposal of medicine. By way of that, they are also known as medication experts, belonging to the Pharmaceutical of Nigeria, and that's with our own context as a nation. So, pharmacists as the Pharmaceutical of Nigeria asks for major technical group, where we have AHAP, we have that's Association of Hospital and Pharmacists of Nigeria, the National Association of Industrial Pharmacists, the Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, and then the Association of Pharmacists in Academia. So as the case may be, having said that, AHAP is Association of Hospital and Pharmacists of Nigeria. The workplaces include in hospitals and other regulatory agencies such as Nafdac, PSN, that's Pharmacists Council of Nigeria, and with respect to the peculiarity of our workforce globally, we are described as health system pharmacists. So looking at the role of hospital pharmacists, one, we have dispensing recreation of all medication use in the hospitals, patient counseling and education, pharmaceutical care, quality assurance and control of medications in the hospital. Then we also have medication therapy management for individual patients. therapeutic drug monitoring of certain medication. We also provide drug information and advice to patients and other healthcare professionals. Also, pharmacovigilance, which is responsible for checking adverse drug reaction, are also available in the hospital and within the compounds of hospital pharmacists. Also, we also formulate and compound storage dosage form to meet the unique needs of an individual patient when the commercially available drugs does not meet those needs. So we try as much as possible to prepare to make extraordinary preparation in that regard. Also, we also regulate pharmacy prevention. So like the cases of PSN, and also regulate and control food and drug safety. That's been held by the Nafdac. Also, looking at the uniqueness and we have with other technical groups, with community pharmacists conducting medical outreach to sensitize the public on proper use and adherence to medications, dangers of drug abuse, vaccination, and etc. Also, with industrial pharmacists, we stand by identifying prevalent health issues, stimulating production of new discoveries to solve them. Also, with a pharmacist in academia, there's a classic training program for both undergraduate and postgraduate program, especially for pharmacy students. So thank you. Thank you. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Eunice Tijani. Thank you for that wonderful presentation, showcasing the Association of Hospital and Administrative Pharmacists of Nigeria, Kwara State. I would like to call on our next presenter from the Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, Kwara State, Pharmacist Akinola Nuruddin. Please, you can share your slides now, Pharmacist Nuruddin.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ngozi Sifo. Hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I hope you can see my slide.
Yes, we can.
All right.
You click on slideshow if possible.
You said?
Okay. Can you click on? Okay, it's okay now. Yeah.
Hello, Pharmacist Nuruddin.
Yes, please, I'm trying to share my slide.
It's already on the screen. Your slide is on the screen.
Okay, but it seems the system is hanging there. Or can I consider? Can you see?
Yes, you can continue.
Sorry. Okay. Hello. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Pharmacist Akinola Nuruddin, representing the Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, and I will be presenting on self-medication in commemoration of the 2022 World Pharmacist Day celebration. These are my outlines, introduction. The next, as a way of introduction, self-medication is a global phenomenon and potential contributor to human pathogen resistance to antibiotics. The adverse consequences of such practice should always be emphasized to the community and steps to curb them. Rampant irrational use of antimicrobials without medical guidance may result in greater probability of inappropriate, incorrect, or undue therapy, misdiagnosis, delays in appropriate treatments, pathogen resistance, and increased morbidity. By way of definition, self-medication is defined as the use of drugs to treat self-diagnosed disorders or symptoms, or the intermittent or continued use of a prescribed drug for chronic or recurrent diseases or symptoms. In other words, self-medication has traditionally been defined as the taking of drugs, herbs or home remedies on one's own initiative or on the advice of another person without consulting a doctor. Studies carried out on self-medication state that it is a very common practice, especially in an economically deprived community like ours. Nowadays, healthcare services are getting more costlier, and in developing countries like Nigeria, healthcare facilities are not available. Hence, that time self-medication becomes an obvious choice of healthcare services. Furthermore, it has been noted that purchase of drugs and many drugs can only be purchased with prescription in developed countries, OTCs and over-the-counter medication in developing countries. Why do people use self-medication? Patients wish to take a greater role in the maintenance of their own health and are often competent to manage chronic and recurrent illnesses after proper medical diagnosis and with only occasional professional advice. Example is the use of our H2 receptor blocker, topical corticosteroid, antifungal, and other contraceptives. They are understandably unwilling to submit to the inconvenience of visiting a doctor for what they rightly feel they can manage for themselves, given adequate information. Self-medication is very common, and a number of reasons could be highlighted for it. Number one is urge of self-care, feeling of sympathy toward family members in sickness. For example, if a member of our family is having fever, headache, we can just, since you're having fever, please go and get Anthem or go and get artemether lumefantrine and use it to paracetamol. Lack of time to visit the hospital, lack of health services, financial constraints. We all know the economic challenges they are facing in Nigeria, and a lot of people can't even feed themselves, let alone seeking healthcare services in hospitals. Ignorance, misbelief, extensive advertisements, and availability of drugs other than in drug shops. I listened to our World Pharmacists Day team that presented at Diamond this morning, talking about hawkers of drug medication. So virtually you can get all sorts of medication from the hawkers. Extensive advertisements too. We advertise a lot. Pharmaceutical companies advertise drugs on televisions. So example is Anthem or other anti-malaria. So when people are obsessed with these advertisements, if any of their family members is having symptoms of malaria, instead of seeking healthcare advice, they will just recommend to those family members that go and get Anthem. They advertise it on television, and they said it's very good for malaria. Factors influencing self-medication. Self-medication is influenced by many factors such as education, family, society, law, availability of drugs, exposure to advertisements. Potential benefits to individuals. Self-reliance in preventing or relieving minor symptoms or conditions, education opportunities on specific health issues, economy, particularly in medical consultations, will be reduced or avoided. Good self-medication can also provide benefits such as saving scarce medical resources from being wasted on minor conditions, lowering the cost of community-funded healthcare programs, reducing absenteeism from work due to minor symptoms, reduce the pressure on medical services where healthcare personnel are insufficient, increase the availability of healthcare to population living in rural or remote areas. It helps to prevent and treat symptoms and ailments that do not require a doctor. Example like headache, indigestion, mouth ulcer, nausea, cough, acne, allergic conjunctivitis, all can be treated by self-medication. Potential risks of self-medication. One, incorrect self-diagnosis, incorrect choice of therapy, failure to recognize special pharmacological risks, failure to recognize or self-diagnosis contraindications, interaction warning and precautions, failure to recognize the same active substance is already being taken under a different name. For example, someone might just walk into the community pharmacy and request for ibucap. As you all know, ibucap is a combination of ibuprofen, paracetamol, and caffeine. And in other ways, they might also request some other ends. For example, all this combination, Nafdac, which is diclofenac. So inadvertently, the person is taking ibuprofen in ibucap and also taking ibuprofen in Nafdac. Failure to report current self-medication to the prescribing physician, inadequate or excessive dosage, excessive prolonged use. Risk of dependence and abuse, food and drug interactions, storage in current condition or beyond the recommended shelf life. Because, for example, the paracetamol, an antipyretic and analgesic in large doses can cause liver failure. Potential risk at the community level. Improper self-medication could result in an increase in drug-induced diseases and in wasteful public expenditure. What are the roles of health professionals in curbing self-medication? Health professionals are one who have potential role in preventing risks of self-medication because he or she is the one who works on treatment, therapeutic aspect of professionalism in the daily practice, information, therapeutic advice, and education. Education. Whenever health professionals are prescribing drugs, he or she should give proper instruction and explain for what the drug is used for to the patient so that it will be helpful for the patient to understand and make his own decisions. Giving information should be at patient comprehension level so that it will be very easy for the patient to understand his management. Therapeutic advice. Lack of therapeutic compliance is a serious problem in both acute and chronic treatment and reflects a poorly understood or incomplete description of the treatment aims. If patients are not well informed, they are unlikely to use medication correctly. However, if the direction for use and the limitation of the given drug are explained, for example, the dose of the drug, the frequency, the treatment course, then patients have a set of guidelines which will help them to use the drug correctly, both now and in the future. Inappropriate and erratic self-medication along with lack of compliance will only be reduced if patients are informed and understand clearly why certain advice has been given. Education. Proper health education should be given to the patients by regular adopting an educational attitude which can have an effect on large sectors of the population on people who in turn may directly influence their friends and family. This aspect is of particular importance with respect to the self-medication of children by their parents. A pharmacist has the following role in curbing the issue of self-medication. A pharmacist is a communicator. In order to address the condition of the patient appropriately, the pharmacist must ask the patient key questions and pass on relevant information to him or her. The example is how to take the medicine and how to deal with safety issues. The pharmacist must ensure that the product he or she purchases are from reputable sources and of good quality. A pharmacist serves as a collaborator. It is imperative that pharmacists develop a quality collaborative relationship with other healthcare professionals. In conclusion, self-medication is an alarming concept. This review focuses on the self-medication of drugs, their use with safety, and reason for using it. It will be safe if the people who are using it have sufficient knowledge about its dose, time of intake, side effects, overdose, but due to lack of information, it can cause serious effects such as antibiotic resistance, skin problem, hypersensitivity, and allergy. These are my references. Thank you for listening and happy World Pharmacist Day 2022 celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Akinola, for the insightful presentation on self-medication. We all do well to remember to dissuade our patients from doing this. Moving on to the next presenter, we have our pharmacist Isaac Salami, the representative for National Association of Industrial Pharmacists. Sir, you are on. You can share your slides if you have one. You can unmute yourself, sir. Hello, sir. Pharmacist Isaac. Are you there? Okay.
I work for as a rep. You will definitely for me 20.
Pharmacist Isaac Salami. Can you hear me?
Is you call the next set.
Okay, let's move on to the next presenter. I would like to call our next presenter for today from the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, Kwara Kogi Zone, Pharmacist Folashade Ogundele to take her presentation.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'll just go ahead to share my slides.
You can share your slides.
Okay. Are you seeing my slides?
Not yet. No. Okay.
Setup slideshow. Hold on.
Hello, Ma. Are you sharing your slide now?
Yes, I'm trying to.
Is it in PDF format, please?
Oh. Are you seeing it?
No, we can't see it.
Yeah.
No, what you do is that leave it open on your computer, then go to Zoom. Maybe we should move on to the next speaker.
Okay. While she works on it,
again.
while she works on her slides, let's call our next speaker for today from the Association of Lady Pharmacists. We have their representative, Pharm Dr. Mary Olufumilayo Ologe. Please, you have the floor now. You can unmute yourself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Can you hear me, please? Is my volume?
We can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
I want to share my screen.
Hello, Dr. Ike. While she's doing that, I'll suggest all other presenters should send their slides to either you or the moderator to save time.
I'm sharing my slides. Can you see my slides?
Yes, we can see your slides.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where are you?
Yes, it's permitted to adopt the existing protocol. And I say happy World Pharmacist Day to every one of us. Today I'll be presenting on behalf of the Association of Lady Pharmacists, which is an interest group of PSN. And I'll be talking on underutilized vegetables. These are my presentation highlights. I'll be talking on underutilized vegetables, my presentation highlights. Now, this organization, this Association of Lady Pharmacists helps. The Medicinal Herb Garden Project is one of our national projects. And it has been said that God is a pharmacist, before being a physician. Because in the beginning, he created herbs for food and well-being before the issue of using herbs for food and medicine came into play. When God created man originally, he didn't have sickness in mind. He had well-being in mind, and he gave us all we needed to be well and alive. Now, ancient man relied on herbs and plants for good health, and he was free from a large number of diseases plaguing modern man today. Now, talking about vegetables. Vegetables are herbaceous plants which are used as main dishes or supporting food. Traditionally, they are used as soups. They are taken as soups with main courses. The juices are squeezed out of the leaves or the stem for medicinal purposes, and they are cheap. They are available sources of important proteins, vitamins, minerals, and essential amino acids. Also, they are used, some of these vegetables are reserved for the sick and the convalescents because of their medicinal properties. And it has been found out that phytochemicals abound in vegetables, many of which have antioxidant potentials, which are disease combating and disease preventing. Now, what are underutilized vegetables? These are orphan and minor vegetables with poor market values. They are vegetables that many people in the society are not aware of or they look down on that. But ironically, these vegetables are rich and we can benefit a lot of from them. So I will be taking some of them. I will be talking mainly about two of them because of my time constraints. I'll be talking about this, which is also known as ebolo. It's called ebolo in Yoruba language. It's known as fireweed in English. The traditional uses are listed on my slide. It's used for treatment of wounds, boils, burns, stomachache, ulcer, tuberculosis. And also the dried leaf powder can be inhaled to stop nose bleeding and smoked to treat sleeping sickness. Now, the leaves of these plants contains appreciable quantities of protein, iron, calcium, vitamin C, and phenolic antioxidant contents. Now, aside from these cultural claims, scientific investigations have confirmed that this plant has antibacterial activity, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anticholinesterase activity, which makes it relevant in the treatment of Alzheimer's. So if we know anyone battling with neurodegenerative conditions, this plant stands to be of benefit to such people. Also, the anti-diabetic and beta cell protection properties has been reported, as well as its anticoagulant, antiplatelet, and thrombolytic activity, which can be useful for those that have disease conditions that have to do with diabetes and some other hematologic issues. Also, wound healing and moderate consumption of this plant has been recommended. Now, the second one I will talk about fully is Solanaceae braffae, which is popularly called bologi, and in Yoruba language is called worowo. What are some of the cultural claims? This plant is a nutritionally acclaimed food and medicine in West Africa, used for body pains in pregnancy, used in measles, used in dysentery, claims that it cures infertility in males and females. And a particular one that is striking is its use in hypertensive patients. And it has been reported that traditionally it is used in stroke. The leaves are blended with pepper and prepared as soup concoction for treatment of stroke. Research has shown that it contains protein, ascorbic acid, carbohydrates, and indispensable amino acids. Now, some scientific investigations have confirmed this antibacterial activity. It's anti-diabetic with cardioprotective potential, and also the fact that it can induce ovarian folliculogenesis. That means confirming its ability to cure infertility. Now, these are some of the other ones that I won't be talking about because of my time. Solanum macrocarpon, which is popularly known as Igbagba, It abounds in the market, but people hardly buy them. Solanum nigrum is another one called black nightshade or Udu. Trichosantis cucumerina is snake tomato called tomato elejo in Nigeria and in Yoruba land. Now, these vegetables abound in nutrients. Now, what is our role as pharmacists? And that brings me to my conclusion. We are primary healthcare providers. We play a major role in healthcare delivery and health education. We are health solution providers, medicines experts, we are health coaches, and we are health influencers. So we can educate our patients, our clients, and the populace on these rich but affordable and accessible source of nutrients. These underutilized vegetables are in abundance. They occur in the wild and they can be planted in home gardens. They are available in local markets around us. Members of the public, particularly the underprivileged and those of low socioeconomic status, will benefit greatly from diet supplementation with these vegetables at very low costs. Many people cannot afford long-reach products, rain products, all these expensive vitamins. I have met many clients and patients who cannot afford them, and I've recommended these vegetables to them. All I advise them is that they should be careful not to overboil or to overprocess so that all the nutrients are not lost. Let's educate our patients and help them get the best from the abundance of nature in our environment. Also, another important role as pharmacists is we should promote collaborative translational research to explore the medicinal benefits from these vegetables. Research can be done in human volunteers and in clinical patients, those that have some diseases that these vegetables can serve as dietary supplements for. As men of honor, we join hands to maximize the health benefits nature has provided us. Thank you. These are some of my references. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much, our own pharmacist, Dr. Mary Oloke, representative for Association of Lady Pharmacists. Thank you for that wonderful presentation and reminding us on the use of herbs. Thank you so much. I want to circle back to Pharmacist Folashade Ogundele. Are you ready? If you are not ready, we'll be moving forward to the Ministry of Health. Pharmacist Aminat Ahmed, are you ready? We will have your presentation now. Pharmacist Aminat, are you here? You can unmute yourself. Okay. Moving forward to Nafdac, I don't think Pharmacist Aminat is ready for Ministry of Health. We'll be moving forward to Nafdac, and they have their representative here for us with a presentation for us. Pharmacist Mrs. Announce your name. Representative from Nafdac.
Unmute yourself. Yes. Can we all hear me?
Your volume is quite low. We need more volume, but we can hear you.
One, a representative, an intern pharmacist from Nafdac, Kwara State branch.
Pharmacist Miriam, please, do you have any device close to you? There's an interference from your devices.
Okay, are we clear now?
It's better. You can go on.
Good afternoon, esteemed senior colleagues. I'm by name Pharmacist Warusen Timothy Akandu. A pharmacist intern in Nafdac Kwara State branch, and I'm representing my...
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you have any devices? You just plug your earpiece to the device, so the interruption can cease. There's a lot of interruption from your end. So we can't hear you clearly.
Okay, are we clear now?
Okay, you can continue.
Okay. So, just like I said earlier, I'm pharmacist Timothy Atando, an intern pharmacist at Nafdac Kwara State Branch, and I'm representing my preceptor, the deputy state coordinator of Nafdac Kwara State Branch, the person of Pharmacist Mrs. Miriam Issa Onelu. Happy World Pharmacist Day again. As we are all aware of the theme for the World Pharmacist Day, which is Pharmacy United in Action for a Healthier World. I want to share the screen for the presentation that we'll be making today.
You can share your screen.
Okay, can we all see the screen, please?
We can't see it. We can't see it yet.
No. Can we see it now?
No, we can't see it, but you can continue your presentation.
All right. So let me continue. Sorry for that. So I'll be speaking on the role of Nafdac in safeguarding the health of the nation. The mandate of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Nafdac, mandates the agency to regulate and control the manufacture, importation, exportation, distribution, advertisement, sale and use of food, drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, packaged water, chemicals, detergents, which are collectively referred to as regulated products. The vision of the agency is to be a world-class regulator that ensures availability of quality and safe food, drugs, and other regulated products. The mission of the agency is to protect and promote public health by instituting an effective and efficient regulatory system that ensures that only the right quality food, drugs, and other regulated products are manufactured, exported, imported, advertised, distributed, sold, and used. Core values of the agency are professionalism, resilience, integrity, dedication and commitment, and excellence. Recently, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Nafdac, was rated maturity level 3 rating scale of the Global Benchmarking Tool, GBT, by the World Health Organization. Also, in pharmacovigilance, now there is good storage and distribution practices to ensure that our drugs, food, and other regulated products get to the consumers in the best form without hindering its quality, safety, and efficacy through effective storage and distribution practices. This enhances traceability. The agency has offices spread across the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, and also maintains reference laboratories of international standards. As Nafdac, we are customer focused and agency minded. At this junction, I will hand over to my preceptor to continue with this. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. This is Pharmacist Miriam Issa Onelu. Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
We can hear you, ma.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would like to inform you about new things that we have now. We have made Safety App, which is a global ADR reporting tool all over the world that you can always get information on the new ADRs, the action taken from different parts of the world that is having the ADR. We have passport, which has been existing before, but now it will be replacing the filling of yellow form. In a situation where an health workers can now send an instant message. It's supposed to be like it's a spontaneous reporting system where you can directly send message to 20543. You can get a response, immediate response. We have mobile authentication services where you can get the quality, whether a drug is genuine or not. It has been existent to. Then the true scan. We started using the true scan during the COVID time to try. We started it on the vaccines now to get immediately whether the product is of quality or not. These are more are part of the ways we safeguard the health of the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma, for that presentation. Thank you so much. We'll move on to, we'll cycle back. I think Pharmacist Ogundele Folashade is ready from the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, Kwara Kogi Zone. You can share your slides now.
Okay.
Share sound.
Can you see my slides now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Okay. I'll need to go to slideshow.
Okay, that's
okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy World Pharmacist Day. World Pharmacist Day 2022. Sorry, I stand on all existing protocols. The theme for this year is Pharmacy United in Action for a Healthy World. Pharmacists care no matter where. These are my outlines. All over the world, pharmacists are separated in their various fields of practice. September 25th of every year is marked as World Pharmacist Day with different themes. The theme for this year is Pharmacy United in Action for a Healthier World. Health is wealth, as we all know. Good health is not everything, but everything is nothing without good health. Thus, for a healthier world, we, the fellows of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, join our other pharmacy colleagues to celebrate this day. I will be speaking on the topic Pharmacist and Patient-Centered Care. Pharmacists are medicine experts. Patient-centered care is defined as the practice of caring for patients and their families in ways that are meaningful and valuable to the individual patients. It can also be defined as a concept in healthcare practice that strives to maximize safety, value, comfort, and support. It includes listening to, informing, and involving patients in their care. Institute of Medicine also defines this as providing care that is respectful of and irresponsive to individual patient preferences, needs, and values, and ensuring that patient values guide all clinical decisions. We have 8 principles of patient-centered care. 1 is access to care. There should be respect for the patient's values, preference, and expressed needs, coordination and integration of care, physical comfort of our patients, emotional support to relieve fear and anxiety, involvement of family and friends, information and education, continuity and transition. We have 5 examples of patient-centered care. Customized care. This is patient-based care, which should be customized according to patients' medical needs, their internal values, and informed choices. Also, another example is continuous relationships, internal information sharing, supportive environment, social support. How do you promote patient-centered care? Best practices for taking better care of patients. This includes showing respect, as we said earlier. We express gratitude, we enable access to care, involve patients, family members, and friends, coordinate patient care with other providers, provide emotional support. You also engage patients in their care plan. You address your patient's physical needs. You support your patient's mental health. Help your patients manage their medications. Deliver quality patient experiences. Practice whole person care. Then streamline care management with technology. Recommendations. As evidence suggests that patient-centered care could potentially improve medication-related outcomes, such as medication adherence, disease self-management, and patient-provider relationships. We should embrace it. Pharmacists are strategically positioned in healthcare system to provide medication management to patients. Thus, we should be at our best to provide the optimal pharmaceutical care. There is the need to encourage everyone, not just patients alone, but including ourselves, to take our health seriously and to take full responsibility of their health. Let us follow the principles on healthy living, such as DASH, medical checkups, etc. In conclusion, pharmacists need to use critical thinking, creativity, expertise, and communication skills when developing a patient-centered care plan. We are the reasons why everyone, people, patients, get the best from their medicines. Hence, the need for collaboration amongst pharmacists and other members of the health team to improve care. We encourage us all to be very proactive, make a difference in your area of practice, and excel in your field. Let us, the fellows of the West Africa Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, the academic, the hospital community, industrial pharmacists unite as one to achieve a healthier world. The sky is surely our limits. Happy World Pharmacist Day. These are my references. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Folashade Ogundele, for this very wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. I want to move on to the next presenter, so we don't take much of our time. This is going to be from the Young Pharmacists group, and our presenter is the person of Pharmacist Abdul Salam Oyerinde. Pharmacist Abdul Salam, are you here?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon.
Okay. You have the floor.
Yeah, I'm trying to share my slide. Please, can you see my slide now, please?
No, we can't see it.
Probably I'll just continue with my presentation.
Yes, please do.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. Permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I am Oyerinde Abdul Salam, and I'll present on behalf of PSN YPG on the topic drug substance abuse and misuse, challenges, consequences, and solutions. So I have outline, introduction, definition of terms, reasons for drug abuse and misuse, types of drug abuse, consequences of the drug abuse, proposed solutions to drug abuse and misuse, then conclusion. A drug is any substance that affects the working of the body organs or that alter the disease process. So in short, drugs alter physiological processes. So this means that drugs substances are used to prevent and treat diseases, to diagnose diseases, to relieve discomfort, to induce sleep, or to keep awake, to increase or decrease appetite, to increase stamina, to increase or reduce weight. So drug abuse refers to excessive and persistent use of a drug for purposes that are outside its normal or accepted medical use. And drug abuse can lead to tolerance, which means an individual that has been abusing a particular drug over a period of time will need more than the normal dosage to bring about desired effect. Then it can also lead to dependence, which means that if the individual does not actually use that particular drug, the person won't feel better. So drug misuse, on the other hand, is taking a drug for medical reasons, but not as recommended or as prescribed by a professional. And under drug misuse, we have self-medication, altering the frequency of dosage, and misinterpreting prescriptions. There are some reasons for drug abuse and misuse. For drug abuse, we have to get high, that to remain alert or to enhance performance, to increase or decrease body weight, then for cosmetic reasons. There are a host of classes of drugs that are very, very common. When we talk about drug abuse, we have sedatives and hypnotics, alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, narcotic analgesics, aphrodisiacs, CNS stimulants, and contraceptives. Then we have the consequences of drug abuse and misuse. Serious health issues can result from drug abuse, and example is alcohol can actually cause liver damage, particularly liver cirrhosis. Excessive cigarette smoking can lead to lung cancer and various heart diseases. Drug abusers are actually predisposed to crime because they will have their sense of thinking and judgment impaired. Then most of drug abuse reduce fertility in women and can also cause harm to unborn children during pregnancy. There are many drugs of abuse due to the fact that they are available in injections and you have to use needles and syringes. So it actually helps in spreading some disease conditions like HIV and AIDS, hepatitis B, etc. Other consequences of drug misuse include therapeutic failure, development of resistant strains of microorganisms, especially in cases of antibiotics. Then, of course, development of tolerance and drug dependence. Then we have economic consequence. Patients tend to actually be on therapy for a longer period of time. Then, in the long run, you might need more expensive drugs to actually cater for your medical needs. Proposed solutions to drug abuse and misuse. Well, good home training and good moral upbringing of our youth, because the youth are the most involved and concerned when we're talking about drug abuse and misuse. Then drug education in homes, schools, religious gatherings, and meetings are necessary. Then enforcement of enabling laws by regulatory agencies, NDLEA, Nafdac, PSN, and even the Nigerian police force can actually help in curbing the menace of drug abuse. Then adequate control of drug distribution, drug sales and marketing. If drugs are actually if drugs pass through the proper channels, from production to the end user in the proper way, it will help in curbing drug abuse and misuse. Then there's a need to always let the public know to consult the doctors and pharmacists when it comes to drug information and prescription, fulfilling drug counseling. In conclusion, there's need for public enlightenment in the area of drug abuse and misuse, considering their numerous and dangerous consequences. Then efforts of Nafdac, NDLEA, and various NGOs in their campaign against drug abuse, misuse among the population should always be commended, so that they can always do more. So finally, I would say no to drugs. We can set an example of an informed, drug-free individual as professionals to the public. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much for that insightful presentation on drug abuse from the Young Pharmacists Group, Kwara State. I want to cycle back to the Ministry of Health. Pharmacist Ahmed Aminat, are you ready?
She's not on the call.
Okay, so Naib, Association of Industrial Pharmacists. Pharmacist Isaac Salami, are you ready? Okay.
I think you can present without sharing the slide. If we
I can share the slide. I can share the slide.
Okay, sir.
I can share the slide.
Yeah.
Okay, we can see your slide now.
We can see my slide. Okay.
Yes, we can. You can go on, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Chairman, and all protocols duly observed. World Pharmacist Day 2022. Pharmacy United in Action for a Healthier World. I will be presenting on the role of industrial pharmacists. My name is Pharmacist Salami Isaac Unimisi. What is industrial pharmacy? That's introduction. Industrial pharmacy is a discipline which includes manufacturing, development, marketing, and distribution of drugs, products, including quality assurance of these activities. Who is an industrial pharmacist? An industrial pharmacist specializes in the development of new pharmaceutical goods. This area of pharmacy focuses on the production, quality control, and marketing of new drugs and medication. Roles of an industrial pharmacist. An industrial pharmacist uses latest methods and technologies to develop new medications, test medications to ensure safety, oversees the production process to ensure the accurate production of new medication, help market and promote new drugs to healthcare officers, facilities, and consumers, perform clinical drug trials and use of trial results to determine a drug's effectiveness and potential risks, ensure safe and law-abiding clinical trials, collaborate with pharmaceutical companies, healthcare professionals, and governments. Above it all, production of quality and cost-effective drugs that meets global standards. How to become an industrial pharmacist? Primarily, it is very, very important for us to take note of this. No one will suddenly become an industrial pharmacist without passing through the rudiments from the beginning to the end. One, prepare during high school, secondary school. The focus is more on relevant subjects, mathematics, English language, physics, chemistry, and biology. Two, earn a bachelor's degree. This is very necessary because without bachelor's degree in pharmacy, PPharm, you cannot become an industrial pharmacist. Presently in Nigeria, PharmD is what is being run. Three, earn your license. In order to obtain your license, you need to pass your degree exam. Then you register with Pharmacists Council of Nigeria and renew your license annually. Four, higher degrees to program in pharmacy, such as master's or PhD degree with specialty in industrial pharmacy. As we celebrate this year's World Pharmacist Day, an industrial pharmacist is accomplished when he or she collaborates with other healthcare providers in making the world a healthier place to live in. Happy year 2022 World Pharmacist Day and celebration. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. To all our presenters, we say a very big thank you for the very insightful presentation and for bringing new developments to light in your various sphere of practice. We'll now welcome comments and contributions. If you have comments, if you have contributions, do well to raise your hands and then you will be called to present your contributions or comments. As we wait for that, I would like to call on the chairman of the committee for the World Pharmacists Day 2022, the person of Dr. Saad. Sir, are you online, sir? I would like to call him to take the vote of thanks.
Ngozi, I'm online.
No, we have Dr. Felicia's answer. Dr. Felicia asked question.
Okay, I've not seen her hands. Okay.
Yeah, hands up. If she,
Yes, ma.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to celebrate this year's World Pharmacists Day with every one of us. I want to appreciate all the presenters. I have questions, comments to make. With regards to the last presenter, let me start with that. Currently, we have qualifying exams for intern pharmacists for them to be fully registered as pharmacists. Unlike what used to be, after your provisional registration, you go for your full licensing. Currently, before you can have your full registration as a pharmacist, there are qualifying exams to be taken with PSN, yes.
Yeah.
Regarding the area of specialties that are being taken advantage of in different parts of the world, during the last FIP Congress, these areas were highlighted, and I want us in Nigeria to take advantage of this. Usually we are reactive, we are not proactive. We have currently herbal pharmacy that quacks are taking advantage of. We have veterinary pharmacy that veterinary medics are taking advantage of. We have psychiatry pharmacy, which the medics too are taking advantage of. We also have public health pharmacy. It's a global practice, and we are not seeing the gold mine in that area. We also have the new one mentioned during the Congress, it's environmental pharmacy. How do we dispose of our waste products? Medications that were used by patients in their homes, medications in the area of oncology pharmacy. These are areas that require documentation as regards guidelines, how these products should be disposed of. I want to also appreciate Dr. Loge. She mentioned another key area, nutrition pharmacy, that is not being taken advantage of. And she mentioned a lot of vegetables. We have spinach that is very useful, and it can even be propagated in our homes as a vegetable. Can grow once you cut the stem and plant, it grows on its own. We also want to appreciate the fact that the talk by Dr. Lawal Bilkis, she mentioned the 7th Sustainable Development Goal. In line with the Sustainable Development Goals of UN, FIP has 21 development goals, and about 4 of them are geared towards that 7th development goal, such as goal number 1, academic capacity development. We have early career training strategy. We have competence development. We have sustainability in pharmacy, and we also have continuous professional development, which we do from time to time. Let us continue to key in and create a niche for ourselves as we join hands to make the world a healthier place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you very much. That was one necessary comment. That was so insightful, bringing to our notice areas where we need to key into and do more. I'm sure we have all taken notes of those areas that she has mentioned. And because of our time, I'm going to move on to the chairman of the committee for the World Pharmacists Day of 2022. the person of Dr. Saad Abdullahi. Please, sir, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ngozi. A very good afternoon to everyone, Mr. Chairman, and all fellows of the Pharmaceutical Societies of Nigeria, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We thank Almighty God for this opportunity, of Worldwide Pharmacy Day 2022 education webinar. This is the first of its series, and we are very grateful to God that we are able to experience it. I'm very sorry for joining the program very late. I was at the Kwara State Kwara State superb office. Yes, superb office, trying to see if we can get approval for the last lap of our activities for the World Pharmacy Day, which is the school-based deworming exercise that is actually supposed to take place today, but because we couldn't get approval, we are hoping that probably we'll get it today and see if we can still go and conduct the exercise tomorrow. But unfortunately, up to around 12 noon this afternoon, we have not been able to finalize agreement on that. We have an issue that the chairman is not around, although they made efforts to direct me to the education secretary, and the education secretary said he has to also call the individual coordinator for the 5 local government areas that we are targeting. And in the process of that, we try to see if you can contact all these 5 coordinators for the local government areas, but we are only able to reach out to 2. And then there are some other technicality involved that, okay, we selected the school ourselves. There are some schools that maybe they've been recently dewormed and that the spread is not also okay. And then there are also some things that they were expecting from us that we cannot just go and do the exercise like that without maybe doing some PR for the coordinators and even the people at superb office and so on. And when we factor in all those incontingencies and so on, and for the fact that the day is already fast spent, I then resolved that the proper thing to do is for us to suspend it to our pharmacy week in October. So that is the state of that with regards to the school deworming exercise. We are suspending it to October during the pharmacy week so that we have adequate time to prepare. So for this webinar, I want to take this opportunity. It's my pleasure to move the vote of thanks, and I want to use this opportunity to first of all thank our chairman, Pharmacist Juan Oteleja, for his leadership style and direction. We really appreciate all your support towards the World Pharmacists Day 2022. The chairman has been very supportive. All that we have requested, he has been very magnanimous to approve whatever request that we place before him. We appreciate you very much. Then the Board of Fellow Chairman, Professor Philip Olurinola, we appreciate your guidance and your support. All other fellows that are with us here this afternoon. And more importantly, I want to appreciate all the speakers. We thank you very much for that insightful presentation. We appreciate your time and knowledge that you have shared. Then I also want to appreciate the moderator for the good job. Thank you very much. And to the chairman of the Education Committee, Pharmacist Ike Bello, and all members of the Education Committee, thank you very much for your time and for your support. And lastly, I want to appreciate all audience. I will actually appreciate all the audience from wherever you are joining us. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. And we look forward to another World Pharmacists Day. We, according to the theme of this year, let's continue to unite, let's remain as one family, and that is where our strength is. There is synergy in unity, and we hope that we'll continue to work together as a team to see to the achievement of our goals. Thank you very much. Together, we are better. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much, sir. At this junction, we are going to have a group photograph. So if you are online right now, please put on your video. If your video is not on.
I don't know. Is it possible to ask questions?
Of course. But we have very limited time. Make it very
I know. Yes, because just last week, I think we in committee, we had Nafdac coming around to ask for fake tetracycline. And in course of asking for fake, we were challenged. And one of my members raised this issue, and it has become a major issue and bothering. Because what we heard is that if you are selling dispensing drug, after dispensing, failure to issue a receipt comes with a fine from Nafdac. I want to ask the Nafdac team to clarify, just say something about that. Because we want to know the position of the state, that when after you've sold a drug like paracetamol and refuse to issue a receipt, that if Nafdac should get to know about it, you'll be fined 200,000. Is that, I don't know how true that is, and we think we need to clarify that.
Hello. Can I come in?
Yes, ma'am.
About the fine, I don't know the issue about the fine, but I was even involved in the surveillance for the tetracycline. And we are like working towards traceability. I mentioned it earlier from the presentation, because we now discovered, because that was the reason why we're able to trace down the drugs, where some places the tetracyclines were sold to, because they had receipts. We're able to trace it back from where it was bought from. So having receipt for every drug bought is for traceability. It's a new thing now in Nafdac, so that we're able to trace to the last point. In case there is a problem, we're able to trace it to where it's gone to. That's why we insist. That's why that has been out. But the fine on it, I don't know about it yet. I will still we can get back to let you know more about it. But that's the recent thing now, that we insist on receipts for anything, but they should insist on receipts for traceability purpose. Are you clear about it?
Pharmacist Tomiwa, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, I think yes, but I still want the fine. Want to know if the fine is still valid.
I'm not sure about the fine yet. I will clarify it and get back.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I can't hear you. So I will move forward and continue towards rounding up of this webinar. Pharmacist Dr. Bello, are you here?
We've not taken the group picture. Are we taking that?
We're about to take the group picture now. Please, yes, let's put on our videos so we can be part of this group photo. Please, if you're online right now, put on your video and Dr. Bello will assist us with that. Kindly put on your video.
Okay, done.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You have the floor now, sir, for the closing prayers.
Okay, can we pray? In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the universe. We thank Him for making this meeting organized to mark the World Pharmacy Day possible and successful. We thank Him for giving us the guidance to fulfill all the agenda set for this meeting. We pray for His blessing upon our effort to make this world a healthier and a better place. We pray for the leadership of PSN. We pray for all the members. We pray for all our leaders. We trust in God and we believe in Him. We pray for the best in this world and in the world to come. Amen. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursalin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amen. Over.
Amen. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Until next time, let's continue to join hands to make the world a healthier place. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Well done, Ngozi. Well done, everybody. Thank you all.
Bye-bye. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.